Hi guys, I'm Anika. In my previous videos, I talked about cleansing and sunscreening. And today we're going to talk about moisturizers, which is the third step of your basic skincare routine. Okay, first of all, why do we use moisturizers? We all know that drinking water is very important for our overall health. But water is also very crucial for our skin health as well. Water can alter the thickness, density, and also increase the blood flow to our skin cells. And the more the blood flow we have, the more nutrients from our food will be delivered to our skin cell. But there's a process that goes on top of our skin. This process is called trans-epidermal water loss, which is basically the loss of water through evaporation from the top surface of our skin. And in order to balance these TiO levels, we need to make our skin become hydrated and moisturized. There is a slight difference between hydration and moisturization. Hydrating your skin means to increase its water content, while moisturizing means to give it the ingredients so that it can retain those water molecules. In terms of types of moisturizers, I feel like there aren't exactly any types of them. I mean, there are key ingredients and a lot of people call them types of moisturizers like Humectants or Emollients, but I feel like they don't really fall into a certain type, so I'm not gonna go there. However, we can categorize these moisturizers depending on our skin types. Let's start with dry skin. So the rule of thumb generally for dry skin types is to go for something that is more on the heavier side. So these includes creams and ointments. Creams are moisturizers that have a water base, which means it is a preparation of oil in water, while the ointments are basically oil-based, which means they're a preparation of water in oil. Next is the oily skin types. So for oily skin types, the products which are recommended fall into the categories of gel or lotions. Lotions tend to be heavier than gel moisturizers. Lotions have around 5 to 25% of oil-based substances, while gels have less than 5%. So all my pals out there who have an extremely oily face like I do, you can definitely go for moisturizer that's more on the gel type. For combination skin type, since they have both dry and oily skin, they can go for either lotions or creams because, that's the middle of the spectrum. So you won't be like going to the extremes. But here's the thing. You can't use the same type or the same moisturizer all throughout the year. There will be days when your skin will be too oily and you'd wanna use something that's a bit more on the lighter side, and there will be days when your skin will feel a bit too dry. So you wanna use something like a cream or an ointment even. With cleansers and sunscreens, you can usually use the same type all throughout the years. But that's not the case for moisturizers all the time. This is why we have so many types of moisturizers out in the market from so many different companies. So, what should you be looking for when you're buying a moisturizer? The answer to that would be really tricky since this is such a broad topic to talk about and everyone's skin is different. In the start, I did mention about the key ingredients which people categorize into certain types of moisturizers. These are humectants, emollients, ceramides, and occlusives. Let's start with humectants. Humectants are the easiest to spot out of all of the other types of moisturizers. The biggest role of humectants is to draw water to your skin cells. Examples of these include honey, AHAs, urea, aloe vera gel, and a few others. These are usually recommended for basically all skin types because they draw water, and water is essential for all skin types. But if your skin is dehydrated, then these might be something that you really want to look for when you're buying moisturizers. Next up are emollients. So what they basically do is fill out the gaps between your skin cells, which in turn makes your skin much smoother. They can be both water-based or oil-based, but obviously if you have an oily skin, then you want to go for a moisturizer that has more of the water-based emollients than the oil-based emollients. Ceramides. These are probably something that you have already heard before. They are naturally found on our skin, and their biggest notable role is to protect our skin barrier. This skin barrier is extremely important as it keeps the harmful chemicals and bacteria from the environment out of our skin. So if you feel like your skin has been recently too sensitive towards different products, it might be because you have a broken skin barrier. So for that, look for moisturizers that are high in ceramides. And the last ones are occlusives. So these are on the very heavy sides. So these usually include most oils and waxy substances like petrolatum, olive oil, lanolin, and mineral oil. Since these occlusives are really heavy, they form a layer that traps the water inside, and it also keeps away the allergens and irritants away from your skin cells. As for product recommendation, I can't really pinpoint out something that you should be using since, this is such a broad thing to talk about. But I can definitely name a few companies that produce really good moisturizers, like basic ones that a lot of dermatologists recommend. These include CeraVe, which usually contains a lot of ceramides, then Cetaphil, Aquaphor, Neutrogena, and La Roche-Posay. If you're a beginner, then I would highly recommend to stick to these brands, especially CeraVe and Cetaphil, because they do not contain any kind of fancy ingredients. Since you don't know exactly which ingredients tend to sensitize your skin the most, it's better to stick to non-fancy ingredients. That's it for today. I know I didn't go way in depth into the topics because, to be honest, there's a lot to talk about. So I didn't want this video to get too long. So yeah. I can't believe I finally made this video after such a long time. It's been 8 months. I almost forgot what to talk or how to even talk to the camera. I legit sat 5 whole minutes staring into the camera. I forgot what I was gonna say, and I had to see my notes again and again. Like this video and subscribe to my channel, and if there is a specific type of video you want me to make, then you can definitely say it in the comment section. Makes your cells, makes your skin. People do categorize what? Okay, but what? So it's better to stick to these. Yeah, they're talking in the background. Yeah. Bye.